Oh, the meeting is recorded. Yes. We're a small group, so please feel free to ask questions, or you can put it in the chat, and we can really, explore this according to your interest. This is a job search for outside of academia, so looking more for industry work if you're a PhD, if you're a master's, still the industry, and answers the question of how. How do I do this transition? What are the strategies I need to be mindful about? So that's what we're going to talk today about. I'm going to stop the video so that you can, there we go. Well, these are just the services that we offer. If you're interested after today's presentation, you can always make an appointment with us and we can explore with you wherever you are in your career development process. So please feel free. Okay, let's go to the point. When you are job searching and you're going outside of academia, you really need to rethink your search because it's different. It's different from the world of academia, right? You will need a resume as opposed to a vita. You will need a cover letter that is 1 page as opposed to a cover letter in a couple of pages. We know in academia it's all about research, teaching, right? Service, leadership. While here you will have to rethink how are you going to transfer your skills, right, to this new industry. So I think it's important to develop a flexible career identity. And I always said you have to focus on your interest first, as opposed to your perceived skills second. I do have a PhD myself, right? So am I in the world of academia, but I'm only an adjunct. I'm not interested in tenure track or any of that. But my interest is in career, right? And that comes first. I'm a practitioner first. So redefining that identity of being a doctor, if you have a PhD or you're in the, in the works towards it, what does it mean to really apply for a position maybe where a PhD is not needed, where a master's degree is needed, right? So your interest first. You are not your major. You are not your program. You have a variety of transferable skills that we're going to tap in a moment, okay? But you have a lot of skills that can be applied. And we have to think also in terms of plan happenstance. I don't know if you heard about that term or not, but the idea that you have to plan your career, but at the same time be open to things that happens and take advantage of those opportunities that sometimes life surprises you with. That's the idea that careers are both, right? Order and disorder. Like a tree. If you look them from, the distance, it's beautiful. There's even harmony. But if you take a snapshot, oh my God, the branches are all going all over the place. And that's how we and most people think, and feel when we are job searching. Is chaos, is order, is disorder. There's rejections and then there's hope again, right? It's like a roller coaster. But we have to be mindful that the career destiny of each person cannot be predicted in advance. I love that. But it is a function of countless planned and unplanned learning experiences that even starts at birth, right? So let's be open to those happenstances, but also at the same time, let's be planful, right? You need tools to apply. You need a resume, etc. You need to learn how to interview. So the world will change, and so will you. So in the traditional approach to career, right? People make clear decisions. It's very logical. It's planned. It's systematic. You have your ideal job, your matching skills, right? You can narrow down your choices based on those, and then you apply. Yeah, that's the traditional approach. Most people will do that. But I'm also inviting you to be open to this happenstances and plan them as they come. So embrace confusion, indecision, embrace that. Recognize that the future is unpredictable, is uncertain, right? And unexpected events will offer opportunities. So be curious, take risks. The worst that is going to happen, of course, we will get a rejection and then learn who you are when you are rejected. But also focus on the hope, focus on the positive, on the experiences that you're gaining as you job search. Sometimes, I guess what I'm saying could be seen like this, right? Little Bill knows what he wants, his direct approach, graduates, there you go. But sometimes, I don't know about you, but my story, right, my career story has been affected by a variety of factors. Maybe you hit a wall of some sort. Maybe you have an illness. I don't know. Something happens in your life and it makes you deviate from things. In this case, this student hits the wall and realizes that she really liked dolphins, you know? And when she broke her foot, she really gave a lot of thinking about a career in marine biology. And that's what she pursued. I mean, she changed completely and went, you never know where things are going to lead you, but you take advantage of those happenstances and act on them. You plan on them. Well, anyway, this is just a little intro to let you know that be open to the process. That's what pretty much I'm saying, right? And be mindful. You can't be in control of everything. You will likely be making an educated guess at best with incomplete data. You don't have to know everything before you apply for a job or when you try something. Your goal should be to gather as much information as you can, pick the one in the lead, and get into the world and the field you're interested in, and then figure it out from there. Once you take the first step, then things start to unfold. But it's very important to make that first decision. So, as you begin your search, if you have to, you can make a list of the jobs you would like to do. These resources can help you to find out what can I do with this major, and it gives you career tools. Now, the one that I'm going to suggest if you're interested in this Focus to Career is more an assessment, and based on your career interest, the results kind of tell you that you share similar interests with people in particular fields. It's not telling you that you should be doing X. It's just saying that you share similar interests with them. For PhD, you have probably heard about the versatile PhD. Actually, it was created by an OSU alumni, and she created this. That's the website where yes, there are job postings. There are also webinars. It's very interesting, and of course, LinkedIn. That's the place where you, at this point, should have created a career profile, and be mindful, right, about um, the different opportunities that you have through LinkedIn, especially networking and looking for alumni, etc. So just be mindful about these resources if you need to start somewhere, right? But what are the strategies? How do you job search, right? Most people will start like this. When do you begin, right? Actively job searching should be 3-6 months before your target employment date. Okay. However, if that's not within your range, please, it's never too late to start, right? Just go for it. The process moves much more quickly than academia. In academia, it can take a year, right? 2-3 semesters there. Here, we're talking about 2 weeks, 2-3 weeks. It goes fast. Often layers of interviews, but no presentation. There's no, you don't have to do talk about your research or do a teaching or anything like that. But there's usually a couple of interviews, a screening, and then the interview per se, an on-site interview, Could be virtual, could be in person, and can apply to jobs that don't exist. In other words, you could approach an employer and ask, right, about opportunities. We're going to see that in a second. So pretty much 3-6 months before the target date. That's the important answer here. And these are the 5 job search strategies or job search skills that we highly, highly recommend you to do. Look in advertised vacancies, right? Specific employers. So you can approach an employer, you can go to job fairs, you can go to professional organization and networking. Now, from these 5, interesting enough, most people use the first one, right? If there's an opening, I apply, I hope for the best, and there you go. In reality, only 20% of the jobs are advertised. Can you imagine? 80% is what we call the hidden job market. And those advertised are probably because they need to advertise them, like federal and state by law, they have to advertise their positions. Think about it from the employer perspective. Why would I advertise and risk to hire someone that I don't know? The first thing that I'm going to do is probably go to my own people, right? My own crew, my own team, and ask them if they know someone. Usually, what happens is people will trust the referral because it comes internally from someone. Hey, yes, I have a friend of mine who is this XXX. Okay. What happens is I will ask your friend to send resume. If I see it's worth it, I'll call that person. I interview that person and the job is done. Why would I advertise? I'll save even money and I will go with something that I trust. So you have to think it from the employer's perspective. Now, if I have to maybe go and meet someone, of course, there are a lot of employers, and this is the famous handshake right here at Ohio State, a lot of employers that already have connections with Ohio State. So you have a mediator, which is OSU. It's not you against the world, right? Through handshake, you can have access to a variety of employers. The beauty is that these employers also want to meet you, right? And then we have these famous career and job fairs where the employer comes to you. And of course, they trust the Ohio State University. And it's a great opportunity to meet them in person instead of, shooting for an ad. Finally, that employer is here. Great, right? Now, let's say the employer didn't find nobody, okay, through that one. Where am I going to go? Probably to professional organizations, and I will post it there. Why? Because usually people who are members or at least go and check that website are people who are interested and are committed to their professions. So I will have the opportunity, right, to hopefully tap into a selective group of people who are specialized in what I need. So I will post there. My last resource as an employer is to post an ad. And yet, that's the first thing that students do, right? So I wanted you to really understand that. Okay, there's a question here. Oh, okay, sure, no problem. Mhm. So let's go one by one strategy. Now, I'm not saying that you cannot, even though responding to ads is not the best one, right? It's not the most effective method. I'm not saying that you shouldn't be using it. Of course, you should be using it. Okay. It's the easiest method. Anyone can apply, right? Of course, use Handshake, LinkedIn, job postings, government. If you are a PhD student, I usually suggest to also open the world to government positions. Now, if you're an international student, you have to be probably a resident to be able to apply for, I will say, most of the positions in the government, federal. State, they're usually more open, but federal, you have to be a U.S. citizen, U.S. citizen or a U.S. resident, generally speaking. Okay, but anyway, think about government, think about nonprofits. These are good websites. And I'm going to give this presentation, okay, to you guys. You're all going to get it. So no need to worry. You will have all the stuff. Now, if you're going to do this, you will need to tailor your resume and your cover letter to that position. It's a lot of work, yes, but I do believe that if we tailor your resume and cover letter to that specific position, your chances are much higher to get in, to get an interview. Okay. Now, key here is to use their words because very likely those nouns, those verbs are keywords in the system, right? So your chances are higher for the computer to scan you and finally, go to the pile that is going to be read further. If you're going to do these, of course, I don't know. I mean, you can create a chart, you can do whatever you want to, right? But the idea is to look at your skills, look at the job, and try to match them, right? So, for example, in this case, right, the target job is a health coach. So they want all these wonderful skills, right? Provide education on wellness, encourage adoption of positive habits, coordinate distribution of health education materials, be a team member, etc. And you know that your relevant skills are on wellness and working collaboratively. So it will make sense to apply and highlight these two because that's what they want. Make sense? Now, before I go into this transferable skills piece, let me say some things too here. I am one of those that when you target your resume and cover letter, even your cover letter should have knowledge of the company included in the cover letter. That will make you different from the pool. Most people will say, I'm applying for this position, these are my skills, pretty much hire me. So the emphasis is just on them, right? The cover letter is all about, I understand who you are and show them that. At the minimum, paraphrase their mission, but show them that you have that understanding. And then, as you can see on my enclosed resume, I can offer you these skills that will make us. So you're inviting them to a relationship if you want to, right? As a great fit. And then you go, I can offer you X when I did B. I can still, additionally, I can offer you Y when I did W, et cetera, right? So, and then you make the connection. I'm confident that all these skills will help you, and you paraphrase the job description. That's the key here. I think it's the cover letter. And two is the resume, being able to tailor it in such a way that the subheadings are key. So let's say that we're applying for a health coach position, okay? Instead of calling it, name, education, and then comes work experience, call it maybe wellness, right? Or education and wellness, right? So wellness related experience or wellness work experience or health and wellness work experience or health coaching work experience. I don't know, name it whatever they want, because then it's easy to recognize you immediately. I don't know if I'm making sense here, but it's really, really important. Now, you may be sitting there thinking, okay, Anna, but I don't have these particular skills, right? I mean, I know I can do the job, especially PhDs. Come on, we're the champions, right? We supervise people, we train people. That's the teaching, right? Of course, we do research. We're leaders, we can manage a lab. So there's a lot of skills there that are transferable, right? The management, the leadership, the training, the supervision, the time management. Come on, we're champions of that. We can multitask, right? We can work in under pressure. We are problem solvers, for God's sake. So look at all the skills that I just named on top of my head. They are all transferable skills. Okay. So how can I find a job if I don't have any skills, right? That's usually what people are thinking. You do have transferable skills, and those are skills that can be applied to more than one job. Okay. And you gain those skills whatever, through your research, volunteer committee job classes, through your teaching, you know. And you can include also all your experiences from um, unpaid and non-university experience. The employer wants to know, can you do the job? They don't care where the experience comes from. They care about the skills. Okay. This website, I'm not going to go there because I don't have a lot of time. Okay. But you're going to have this presentation. Um, Click on this and it will highlight the skills that might be transferable. So it's a good resource. I just went to NACE today in the morning. So this is brand data from the class of 2023. This is what employers are looking for in a candidate's resume. Most of them want problem solving skills. Look, ability to work in a team, a strong work ethic, analytical and quantitative, communication skills, and technical skills. So as far as I know, we all have these. Where we get it, that could be from the world of academia, right? But the key here is to highlight the skill. Problem solve X, Y, and Z to blah, 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 blah. That's the idea. That's how you write a resume. We already did a whole presentation about that. Um, so the the key here when you are applying is keep detailed records of where you are applying, where you are sending your resume, how you tailor them, etc. And I'm one of those that I make a copy of a PDF of the job posting because the job posting is going to disappear. They're going to take it out. So it's nice to have it in front of you, especially when you are preparing for interviewing. So that's the first one, right? You respond to ads, you tailor your materials to that specific employer. And you use your skills, your transferable skills, to highlight problem solving, team player, communication, etc. And you're going to do that through your teaching and through your research. It's just that you're not going to call it research experience or teaching experience. You may need to call it training or cross-cultural training or something, right? And then communicate product knowledge to so and so instead of taught biology 101. And again, we have a whole presentation about that. You can come and see us how to translate the data into a resume. But the idea is to highlight those skills. The second strategy is, yes, you can contact the employer directly. Why not? Right? And you can search, of course, in their websites that you are interested in, who does related maybe research in Columbus, float your resume, even if a position is not open. I will add here also that sometimes it's a good idea to contact HR and ask where are their jobs advertised. If they are not, but you are interested in this position or interested, I'm sorry, in the company, you can ask them directly. You can write them even a cover letter. It's the same as the cover letter when you are applying for a job, but you switch the first paragraph. What you simply do is, it is with great enthusiasm that I'm writing this letter to inquire about employment opportunities with, I don't know, GlaxoSmith, okay, to say something. And then it's the same as any other cover letter. What appeals to me about Glaxo is your mission of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. As you can see on my resume, I can offer you 1, 2, 3 when I did this and that will assist you in X, right? You need to show them how it connects, how you can help them. That's the whole purpose. And see what happens. Maybe they can open something for you, or maybe you create a new position, or maybe you can talk to someone and you can send them an email, you can call, see what responds, what doesn't. Usually you can start with an email and see what happens because you can follow up. And the rule of thumb is every, I will say, couple of weeks, you show up again. If you haven't heard anything, you show up and see what happens. But anyway, you can contact the employer directly and inquire about employment opportunities. And a nice way of doing it, if they are not posted, is calling them and asking, where did you advertise your positions? Right? And then maybe they ask you, well, We don't advertise because we're a small company. What are you looking for? And then a conversation is a get started. Job fairs, career fairs, and I'm excited because OSU is tailoring now some of their career and job fairs to grad students and postdocs. So I think that's phenomenal. Here, the employer comes to you. And every year we have a list of every single job fair that is offered at Ohio State. Okay, all of them. And in these job fairs, um, you know in advance who is coming. So you can tailor what you're going to say and what you're going to do there. So let's talk about these fairs. You just go to the career website and we have a list of all of them. Usually you will know who's coming, what positions are they hiring for, if they're seeking grad students, and even if they sponsor visas. So you can target in advance which companies you want to visit. We have virtual job fairs and of course, in person, usually at the Ohio Union. It is a great opportunity to establish contacts, build a job search network, explore opportunities and organizations available in your field, and of course, an opportunity to obtain a position and interview for a position. So, how are you going to prepare for these job fairs? Well, you have to explore who is coming. Okay. And hopefully, if any, remember that whenever you contact an employer, whether on writer or in person, you need to research them and you need to show them that you have an understanding of who they are. That's the key. Okay. At the minimum, their mission statement. You definitely need to build a professional resume. If you're a PhD or a postdoc, depends, right? Sometimes they may want a vita, sometimes they want a research oriented resume, sometimes they want more of an industry look resume. So we need to be mindful about how to translate your vita into that resume. You need to prepare questions. You need to be prepared because maybe you are going not necessarily to get a job, right? But maybe you want to learn more about um, what do they want to see in a PhD candidate? What do they want to see on a resume if you're a postdoc? Those are beautiful questions to ask, right? Um, what is this field all about? Do they hire PhDs? If so, what do you want to look in a resume? You have to wear a professional attire, especially if you go to job fairs. It is expected, really, the conservative professional business attire. As you know, we have now what we call a career closet. It's at the Youngkin Success Center, and there's really free gentle professional attire and even some accessories that you can have for free. Take a look at the Buckeye Career website because sometimes we have specific days that this is open, and you can go. And depending on your field, you may or may not need a portfolio. Like if you're in design, in the arts, or anything like that, photography, of course you want to have your portfolio ready to go, right? And having some samples may not be a bad idea. Other people have it online. So, in their phones, they may show it to the employer. But you have to prepare. And part of the preparation is also to know what to say, right? And how to say it. Arrive early, but I mean, it's okay if you can. I mean, we all work, have schedules, we have a million things to do. So arrive when you can. But I'm not going to deny that if you come early, the employers are more alert. Sometimes they bring two people and they take turns, one in the morning, one in the afternoon, etc. Of course, there's a lot of crowds, there's lines. And sometimes what I do is I tell the person in front of me, to maybe, save my spot while you are going to another employer there. I mean, try to work it out, right? Consider companies you're not familiar with, and then introduce yourself, right? A smile, a handshake. That's very American. If you don't do handshake, at least maybe cross your arms, bow a little bit, right? But greet the employer, and be mindful about your 2 minute commercial. We're going to talk about that. At the end, after everything is done, ask for a business card and then do a follow up with them, which means a thank you. I'm going to explain that in a second. What is this 2 minute commercial? Okay. When you introduce yourself, the employer is always looking at these three things. Can you do the job? Will you do the job? Are you nice? Can you be my colleague? Okay. So, how can we communicate these when you are talking to them? Right? Can you do it? Will you do it? Can you be my colleague? Will you add value to my work environment? So, this is one example of how things may go. Okay. You greet the person, good morning, right? Shake hands, smile, and then say your name because that's something that you can do. You are nervous. So when you say your name and you feel like you didn't faint, you didn't pass out, you were able to finally say something, then you're going to feel definitely more confident. So my name is Anna and I'm a PhD student that's studying X, Y, and Z, right? And look, we're going to shift the talk. It's not about you now. Now you're going to show them passion. You're going to show them motivation. Will you do the job? The only way to show this on writing in the cover letter or in a job fair is to let them know that you did your homework about them. So, what appeals to me about your company is I don't know what it is. I have a student actually who applied to a position in Target, Target, and she put in the cover letter that what appealed to her genuinely about Target, she didn't want their products or that she buy there, none of those. She said that what appealed was the fact that it was a social responsible company that gives back to the community. Of course, she got the interview, because it was genuine. And when it's genuine, I'm also assessing fit, right? Personality. There's authenticity. You can tell by the way the letter is written or the way you talk about who you are. Okay. So, what appeals to me about your company is one, two, three, four, five. And then, as you can see, my resume, and that's when you give your resume to the employer that is there in the table. As you can see in my resume, I can offer you one, two, three, four, five. I'm ready for my next step doing X. That will be a great fit, right? And then you just stop talking. You don't say anything else. Why this 2 minute commercial is critical? Because your competition is going to go to a job fair and they're going to say, do you have any openings? Do you have any jobs? And the employer is like, they don't even know who you are. They're probably going to say no because they are waiting for the one that is prepared. When you say this, the employer cannot ask you. So tell me about yourself. You already did. Well, why ask? You already did because your company's X, Y, and Z, right? What can you offer? Tell me about your skill. You already did. So you save them a lot of the talking. And really, we go straight to what the issue is, right? Maybe I'm ready for my next step doing X. Are there any opportunities, any employment opportunities? And then the conversation starts, and hopefully, they will offer you an interview the next day. But I'm telling you, if you are prepared, it goes that way. Now, if you're going there not to look for a job, then you have to have questions ready to go, right? Could you tell me what do you look for in candidates? Who is your ideal candidate? What would you like to see on a resume? What other companies are in this area, in this field? Who else can I talk to, right? I mean, you could get information, which is totally fine. And then at this stage, ask for the business card. Thank you so much for the opportunity. May I have your business card? Why? Because the next day, people don't do this, but the next day, you are going to send them an email, right? Or a thank you note, an email saying thank you. Do you think they're going to remember you? Maybe yes, maybe not. But if for some reason nothing panned out from this experience, sending them an email, and of course, you attach your resume, you go again, right? Thank you so much for meeting with me yesterday at the Ohio State University Job Career Fair. And then you do the same. What appeals to me about your company is that you are one, two, three. As you can see in the attached, right, email, my resume is here. So it's like you have a second chance to do again this, but now you're doing it on writing and see what happens. And if they did offer you the interview, still you send them a thank you saying, thank you for the interview that I will be having. Hey, it was great meeting you yesterday. I'm looking forward. And there you go. Be a farmer, right? Build those connections, maintain those connections. So job fairs are an excellent opportunity because finally the employer is in front of you. And be mindful, we have job fairs that are government, just government and nonprofit. Others are more industry. So it depends. Sometimes they're all together in one place. Any questions so far? The next one, of course, is professional organizations, right? I don't know. There are a million organizations. These are the ones that are related to my field, right? The American Counseling Association, the Ohio Counseling Association, the National Career Development Association, et cetera, et cetera. They have postings, and you don't have to be necessarily a member. Members, what happens is they see the postings before you, maybe 2, 3 days before you. But if you are not, sometimes the postings are available to anyone. So be mindful. Maybe it's worth exploring a membership or maybe not. But we'll have people who are advocates for the field, right? They're usually in their executive boards. Sometimes they want volunteers. So it's an excellent way to network and meet people and people who are committed to their fields. So you can find people who are in industry and not necessarily in academia or doing research. And then last but not least, one of the most important, if not the most important um, tool to job search or internship search is the networking, and in particular, conducting what we call informational interviews. You know, is the most effective method of job searching. Okay. And it's good because you can hide, let's say it that way, you can hide behind an informational interview because it's very structured. Remember that tree, it's very structured. Step one, step two, step three. And the other piece is that, so sorry, my phone is ringing here. Let me, okay. And it's very structured. So it helps you to, you have your questions prepared. It's called informational interview because you are interviewing your contact to gather information. That experience, yes, may lead to a position. So networking can help in two ways. One is to explore, right? Search for information. The other one is for career advancements, which is what we want to talk today. Is the job search strategy. They usually overlap. It taps that hidden job market, that 80% of the jobs. And sometimes it's not who you know, but it's who knows you, making yourself visible in the field. Most jobs will go to someone they are already considering. Okay. And actually, they cannot tell you, oh, the job is yours because that's illegal. Okay. But usually they can tell you if they know you, they can contact you and say, hey, there's going to be a posting. We highly encourage you to apply. That's a nice way of telling you, please apply. You will be considered, at least for the interview, right? The goal is to be the one that they are considering, and it opens doors. Network often leads to experience opportunities, job openings, leads, references. That's the idea here. And I don't know if you know this, but when you are networking officially, you don't give them your resume, okay? Because if you do that, People feel abused. They feel, oh, you just wanted to give me your resume. So you only give them your resume if they ask for it. Remember, the purpose here is to conduct an informational interview. Now, if they ask for it, then you provide it. By law, I don't know if you know this, but by law, um, companies have to keep your resume. So they have a file, right, where your resume is going to be. So if you're going to do this, well, you have to determine your purpose. You need to prepare for this, right? Remember the curiosity of the happenstance. And think about it. What is it that you want to learn? What questions do you have? What occupations, industry, challenges, people you want to meet? Maybe you just want to meet a PhD who is in industry and you want to learn how they make that transition and that move. And you find that person in LinkedIn, because it's also a Buckeye. And there's ways to do that, right? You can go through alumni in the OSU website and find their names. The idea here is to know how you're going to do this, how you're going to arrange for that meeting, right? So be proactive, be respectful. You can call, you can email, you can LinkedIn the message. And the basic formula is the same thing. Oops, sorry about that. It's the same as in the job fair, right? You introduce yourself, how you identify them. If you can learn a little bit about them, that's important. Let them know that, right? My name is so and so. My understanding is that you, 1, 2, 3. Again, you need to show them that you research them and clarify your purpose, right? I'm interested in learning more about your transition to so and so. I'm interested to learn more about the company that you work with. I'm interested in exploring, maybe employment opportunities here. Show them that you have done your homework and then clarify the logistics, right? Usually, you ask for 20 minutes, wondering if you could give me 20 minutes of your time so that I can ask you some questions. And the logistics, is it going to be Zoom? Where are we going to meet? How, etc. At this stage, you are not asking questions, right? You are just making arrangements for that meeting. Then you have to think about those contacts, right? Family, friends, career fairs, conferences, research, I don't know, student groups, faculty, advisors, right? Maybe volunteers, intern, professional organization, companies you are interested in, anyone, LinkedIn, handshake. I mean, we need to find that person, right? And these are all potential contacts in these places. I always remember a case where I was the contact and it never occurred to me that I was the contact. We were working with this student for quite a while, and it was a PhD in women's studies. She was Jewish, and I'm not, but I knew someone in the Jewish organization, and we make the connection, and there you go. She's working with women and wants to help them, etc., etc. So you never know who knows you, right? And use names, that's totally okay. Make reference to the people. So and so highly encouraged me to talk to you. So I prepared, maybe at least business casual, and have your questions ready. Here are some sample questions that you may ask, maybe do I want to do this, right? You want to explore more. On a typical day, what do you do? What parts of your jobs you find more satisfying slash most challenging, maybe? How do I get there? What training education is required? What qualities, abilities are important? Who do you know that I should talk to next? I mean, you can come up with your own questions. Do you hire PhDs? What skills do you want to see on your resume? Etc., etc. And then follow-ups, as always, right? Make arrangements for follow-ups. Send a prompt, meaningful thank you letter. Always gratitude in career that takes you a long way. Always gratitude. People think that the thank you is only for interviews. It's for everything. Whenever you have a contact with someone, ask for that thank you. Stay in touch. That's very important. I also get that question, right? How often do I touch base with people. When do I show up? I will say usually quarterly. Because you are building and maintaining that relationship, maybe you can offer to volunteer your services, your skills, see what happens. Always follow up with whatever resource they gave you. If they told you, check this book or talk to X, then that's a hook, right? To come back and let them know what you learned when you talk to this person or etc. Okay. Send them the updates, show an ongoing interest in them. Again, you see, don't bring or send a resume unless they're asked. And don't ask them for a job straightforward. The idea here is to gather information that may lead to the job. Now, the truth of the matter is that if they really know you, it gets to a point that, yes, they can ask you if you are interested in employment opportunities, or you could even ask them. But I think you have to have built a relationship to do that. Be persistent. Searching for a job is a full-time job. Okay. If your search is not producing the results you would like, you may need to try a new strategy. And my suggestion is to use all of these um, strategies all at the same time. Apply to ads, go to job fairs, contact the employers, contact Handshake, right? There's a lot of people there in Handshake, and networking, all of them at the same time. Do not hesitate to send your resume to an employer more than once. Yes, you can reapply. Sometimes they tell you that some 3 months have to pass. Sometimes they don't care. If there are different positions within the same company, yes, you send two different resumes. That's totally okay. Establish a network. That's important. And keep a record, right, of everything that you've done. Who do you send thank yous? Who do you interview, etc., etc. And if you need to do a follow-up, that's totally okay. If you don't hear from them, follow up with them. Okay, let me open it up for questions now. And again, I'm even thinking that maybe since we are few here, I can maybe put the presentation in the chat, right? Why not? Let me put this presentation in the chat real quick. There you go. So you guys can download it. Any questions for me? Let me open it up. Oh, sorry, I have the sun there.
Hello.
Yes.
Yeah, my question has to do with receiving the recording of this video.
Say that again. I'm sorry, I didn't catch it.
Okay, so I was asking about like how do we get the recording of this presentation?
Hi. So yes, we with OUAB, once the recording is done, we'll be
Oh,
downloading it onto YouTube, and that'll be sent out to everybody that registered.
Awesome. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it.
yeah. So you
Now,
can go through it again.
okay, then the other question has to be with the I want to ask about like resume services. Like, is there some? I know that there's something like that at OSU, but I don't know how to access that. Like maybe
Resumes,
resume review,
of
something like
course.
that.
Yes. Actually, that's one of the, yes, you have career services at Ohio State. We are decentralized. So typically, each college will have its own career services. Some
Oh,
serve
cool.
grad students, some don't serve grad students. The majority do. Okay, so you can make an appointment with your own career services office. And there are career people like me who will critique those resumes, etc. You can also make an appointment with us with Buckeye Careers. We are not married to any college. We see anyone who wants to see us. And part of our services is actually depending on, right, on your experience, etc. If you have a job description, even better, because we can tailor it and we can show you how to do it. Of course, that's part of the services that we offer.
Awesome. Thank you very much.
Absolutely. Even translating, right, the vita into a resume, which depending if you're a doctoral student, we can help you with that as well.
Awesome.
We have examples. Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you very much.
Anything else? We have some minutes, so I want to be mindful. Okay.